What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? How everything going on? You know, it's another week, another long week, and we are now back in the cave. As you know, I'm your host, Cal Williams, and I'm always joined by my big bro, my co-host, DJ Favor. What it do, bro?
What's happening? What's going on?
Man, another week in the cave, man, making it do what it do, man.
Yes,
It's
sir.
it's been a long week. It's been a lot of different events going on in the world, as we know.
Right.
So we just here, man. We just here. I mean, how was your weekend, brother?
Actually, it was alright.
It was
I
all
didn't
right.
really do nothing spectacular, but I was chilling. I did ride over to the A because we had to finish doing a couple things at my sister's house.
Okay.
It's official now. She ain't coming back to Atlanta.
She gone, huh?
So,
She left the
so
egg.
she had to, she had to make sure everything was everything. So she's been in Cali for a year now.
Okay.
Everything is like everything. Like they even finna give her own little spot or joint. So
Really?
I think she had that like I'm gonna keep my place in Atlanta just in case kind of thing, like a cushion for.
Right.
But yeah, we went over there. We cleaned. We didn't finish everything, but a lot of that stuff we got done. Me, my dad, my mom, and then my brother came over a little later in the evening. We went out to eat with him, and yeah, it's a wrap. She's
gone.
She's a Californian now.
Cali. She's in Cali now. Loving that good old Cali weather.
Yeah,
Bruh.
bruh.
Okay.
I was like, all right, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely coming to visit.
Coming to visit.
I don't know about staying, but yeah, I'm gonna come to visit.
Coming to visit.
I'm like,
hey, I ain't mad at you, man.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at you. California, it's beautiful. It's beautiful out there in Cali. I can't even lie, man. It is beautiful out there in Cali. I've been out there. I was out there, on business, and man, I tell you this, it was lovely. It was definitely lovely, man. Going to sleep, the warm weather and palm trees, waking up to it, man. Felt like
nice.
I ain't even gonna lie.
It's just the little tremors and earthquakes, kind of,
Yeah, you can't get with that.
Kind of.
You can't get that out your mind, huh?
Like, I mean, I can, but
don't sound like it.
I ain't used to that, dog. Like I told my sister, I was like,
like it.
Are you sure you ready for this? Because my sister been in majority of her life. She's been in the South, and then of course she went to school. She went to school in Indiana, but like majority of her life, yeah, she's been in the South. She's been down in the South. Even in the beginning of her schooling, she was in the South.
Okay.
So this is like a complete change, and we talked about this because you know when you get up and move to somewhere you're definitely not used to, it kind of be a culture shock sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah. Well, Gail, happy on Sunday to you.
Sometimes you gotta step out of your comfort zone, man.
Yeah. Most deaf. I'm trying to get myself
there. Man, trying to tell you, like you never know what you'll find. You never know what you find, man. You might find some greatness, So sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith, man, and roll with it, man.
Yeah.
Nobody never accomplished greatness just being satisfying and being comfortable.
But it was a culture shock for me too. When I dropped everything and I moved to Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I had never been in the cold. Like I moved from like extreme heat to
the mountain,
30 below.
Yeah, you really jumped. You really jumped for real.
It's like, what's wrong with you, dog? You all right? Like, man, yeah. They call it Minnesota.
Man, you went to the Rocky Mountains, like,
bruh.
damn.
And get this, I loved it, bruh.
Well, see,
Because
there
I
you go.
wasn't used to the snow or none of that. I didn't know how I was
Right.
gonna take it. But
There you go.
bruh, yeah.
There you go.
Even to the people complain about standing out in the snow when you
Right.
have to catch the bus or the train or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Man, I was chilling.
See,
Literally.
you never know. Like I said, you never know. You never know.
So, hey, it is
Well,
what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, yeah, it happens though. But you got to take that leap of faith in life, man. I've never been one to just sit around and just be comfortable and be stagnated. I'm always pushing myself, you know what I'm saying, for the next limit. Like, what's next?
Yeah.
What can I do next? What can I achieve next? Like, I'm always pushing myself to go to that next limit. I'm never 100% always just satisfied with what I got. I always got to push myself above and beyond. I mean, some people may feel like, oh well, some people may feel like, oh well, you always doing something, or you can't sit still. Well, oh, there go Cal, he always got something going on. But I mean, that's me. I have a lot that I want to accomplish in life. I have a lot of things that I want to do. To each his own. If you comfortable with what you got, and that's good for you, to each his own. I'm more power to you. I salute you. But me, I've never been one to just be comfortable and that's it. Even when I am comfortable, and even when things is all good, my mind is still working about, okay, what can I accomplish now?
What's next? Yeah.
What's next? What's the next goal for me?
I mean, it don't make no sense to sit in stagnant. You gotta keep growing, keep moving up. Yeah.
But you'd be surprised.
I get it.
You'd be surprised though. A lot of people do sit still and either be comfortable, or you have those type of people that sit still and just hate on everybody else.
Yeah.
Never been
a lot of them out there, boy.
Yeah, never. And see that brings me to today's topic. That brings me to the topic today. Now, the topic for today, if you're just tuning in, the topic for today is more male mentors and less bros. That's the topic for today. And it goes hand in hand to what I just said. Like, everybody's your bro. Everybody say they're your bro, they're your peoples. Oh, that's my bro, that's my homie. But when you're going through something in life, or when something, you need help, you look around, a lot of times there's nobody there.
That part.
Those bros ain't there. We need, and I find that, I'm talking from personal experience as well as like experience, from people around me. We need more mentors. We need more people that is, going to show up. More people that's going to show up and be there for you in those times. Like, a lot of people say things out their mouth and they say whatever they want. But then when you're going through something, when you need somebody to show you something, when you need somebody to teach you something, when you need an ear or a shoulder to lean on, or somebody to show you the way or something, a lot of times people ain't there.
Yep.
So, like, don't be my bro. You know what I'm saying? Be my support. Be part of, you know what I'm saying? Like, be there to help me and teach me when I may need you.
That part, yeah.
And we don't have enough of that. And sadly, definitely amongst our males, our young men, our young kings, it's not enough of that within the community, within society. You have a lot of young men growing up. You have a lot of young boys growing up that don't even know what it takes to be a man. All they could go off of is social media and what they see in their community, or what they see on YouTube or in these videos. They don't have enough guidance. And I know coming up, and we used to have a lot of male mentors and role models that we actually looked up to. It's like nowadays, it's not enough around. It's not enough around, and then that tends to spill over until they adulthood.
Right.
So that's why this topic tonight is important. It need to be more male mentors and less bros, because you got a lot of bros that'll lead you the wrong way.
Right.
You got a lot of bros that'll lead you down the path you shouldn't be going.
And
But if
then
you got
watch.
somebody that genuinely care for you and there not only to be a friend but to be a mentor, because let's not get it twisted. To be a mentor, you don't have to be older than a person to be a mentor. There's no age restriction, in my opinion. There's no, oh, he's not older, so how can he mentor? You can learn from anybody. You can learn from anybody if you're willing to. If you're willing to learn. So, I mean, that's my spill on that. I mean, how do you feel about it, Favor?
Sure. I agree 110%. It's got to be a want to or a need there, a passion behind it too. Because if it ain't, you ain't gonna do it wholeheartedly.
Nah, you're not. You're really not.
You to do it, I'm just gonna do it because they asked me to do it or whatever. Right. But if you behind it 100%, even 75%, you gonna get it done for real. But you got to be behind it too, because this is a lot of I say a lot of projects. Speaking otherwise, that people have pulled me in on, and I wasn't behind this junk, but I was like, you know what? Since I said I'd do it, I'm gonna do it. I ain't putting nothing into it. But if it was something that I wanted to do, oh yeah, I was wholeheartedly into that junk.
Right. How many of those projects that you didn't want to do, that you was introduced to, led you to something bigger, taught you something?
Majority of the time it did, because
you know what I'm saying?
Of the way I worked it. Even when I didn't want to work it, it opened doors for you. It opened doors that you ain't even think about. Especially doing. I'ma just be 100. Can we be 100? We be 100.
Oh yeah, of course. We in the cave. You already.
When I started the breakdown, we started doing the breakdown show. I really wasn't into it. I didn't think people was gonna listen to me. Mm-hmm. Why they gonna listen? These folks don't know me, dog. They don't know nothing about me. They don't know nothing of what I'm going on or what I'm going through or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Let's just test it. See what it's like. We did the first pilot, the test. And the audience got me into it because they was into it. And I was like, oh, I kind of like that. Let's see what's happening next week. The next week and the next week. And then I really started getting into it. And I was like, man, you know what? I'm a podder now. That's what I was telling people. Yeah, I'm a podcaster. But at first, man, I was like, and it was a lot of anxiety, anxiousness, because I've never done this before. Like, for real. On this type of scale, I've never done it. Like, I've had Love Serenade, which were basically, we all called a number. We went into a room and we had a conversation. Right. Basically what it was.
And that's how it
every time I turn around, it was the same people in these conversations, and it grew. It got bigger and it got bigger to where the rooms that we would go in, we couldn't fit everybody.
Right.
So it'd be mad people hitting me up or hitting somebody up in the room like, yo, I need to get in. Let's switch out. So we would switch out. We would alternate. Because everybody couldn't get in that bug.
But see, that's how it begins.
Yeah.
Having the actual conversation. It has to start somewhere. And having the actual conversation is how it starts.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's so many, and not to just gear it towards young men, but not to say that there's not young women out there that need guidance as well, but I'm just gonna keep it real. There's a lot of times there's more support amongst the women community than there is the men community.
It is.
A woman will be faster to mentor a young girl and show her the way versus the young men out there.
Most
And
definitely.
we have to really come together more and show these young men out there that there's more than just the streets. There's more
It's
than just being a basketball player or a rapper. You could get out the hood and not have a good jump shot or know how to spit bars or deal drugs. And no disrespect to any professional ball players or professional rappers. That's not where I'm going. But what I'm saying is we have to open up the eyes of the young man to show them that there's more ways to get out of your situation than just that.
and I'll tell you
More
this.
educated. We need more educated, level-headed
Man,
men
yeah.
to show them that way and help them and give them that guidance. Sometimes it starts with a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then helping them, providing them with the knowledge to actually execute those other options that they have to be able to be successful in life.
And two, to get a chance.
Yeah. You have to
because honestly, having these conversations before going to podcasts and just doing like some of these conversations that we would get into these 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon, and somebody is saying, you'll hear somebody say, "Oh shoot, I gotta be at work in an hour. I gotta go," or "Man, the sun coming out, dog. It's time, bro. I'm gonna have to holler at y'all later."
Right.
That's how deep in the conversation we would be, and we wouldn't even recognize that time had passed. So, to where, yeah, these conversations had to be had, and I wish to this day that I was able to record some of them jokers, cause, bruh, we talk about all kind of good. We get a lot of good stuff on as far as the pod and everything now.
Right.
But when it was uncensored, nobody paying attention to what's being said,
right.
All of that kind of, bruh, it was some jewels being dropped, for real.
As it should. As it should.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you good. No, I was going to say another thing about what we on now, that the internet then brought us something new that was just like the conferences. But in these conversations, they pretty much the same way now that's happening as far as the apps that we on and everything. It's full circle now.
Right.
So, yeah. Nah, go ahead. I interrupted you.
Nah, you good, brother. You good. You definitely good. I was gonna say, like, and I agree. Like, those conversations are key. Anybody that know me know that I'm a talker. I'm a very social person. So anytime I'm around, young men that I see, what path they on or may be on, or that, I'm picking a mentor. I'm always dropping jewels. I'm always letting them know, that there's other things that you can do, providing information, sharing some of my knowledge, because a lot of times people judge someone from where they grew up, where they attend school, how they dress, the way they speak, but you don't know their story.
Absolutely.
You don't know why they are that way, why they speak that way, why they dress that way, why they may feel the way they feel. A lot of times there's a lot of prejudging, and you don't know that person's story. And a lot of times a person is the way they is because of something that may have happened. You know what I'm saying? Something, maybe it's a survival mechanism. Like you don't know that until you sit and you have that conversation with them. Because a lot of times, as I learned, a lot of these young kids, they don't know. They never had someone that actually sat down with them and had these conversations.
Right.
So they're only doing their norm. They only acting or dressing or talking or doing whatever because it's their norm. That's what
they used to. Yeah.
So if they was never exposed to anything else, they don't know different. They don't know other options. They don't know nothing else but what is in front of them and what they've been doing thus far.
Right.
So I feel like a lot of times we gotta take away that pointing the finger. We got to take away that blame. We got to take away that, giving up on them because, of their attitude or their actions or their past. Because you giving up on our future leaders. You don't know what that child's been through. But that child can go somewhere and be something great with the proper guidance and knowledge. And that's what we need to get back.
Absolutely. And I said this before because I think we had a conversation on this, or something near close to this, working in the child care welfare system. I've been a caseworker where I lived in the house with these kids,
right?
Children's home and all that kind of stuff. And to sit back and read the files, because you think they troubled kids. Some of them got issues and they got this and they got that. But when you read these files, you be like, oh,
right.
That's why. Okay. This is a trigger.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Because I found myself doing stuff like certain things that I especially going into it, would say or whatever. To me, it ain't nothing. To them, they took it personally because certain stuff was said to them, which it wasn't negative to me. Like, I wasn't speaking negative to them, but the way they received it was completely different. And then I had to change up my tactic after reading that stuff. I'm like, man, I had no idea. And it ain't that you too big that you can't go back and apologize.
Not at all.
Because I've done that a few times. Like, yo, I'm sorry. I didn't know you went through that. I had no idea. And of course, only the caseworkers or whatever could read those files. But after reading them more, man, especially even with the girls, like I wasn't in the girls' dorm. They came to me a lot because I was more open.
Right.
And I was at the time I was the youngest caseworker there.
Right.
Everybody else was older than me. And they felt like I could talk to them. Well, they could talk to me better than they could talk to the rest of them. So they would come to me. And they wouldn't talk to their counselors that's in their dorm, but they'd come and talk to me.
Wow.
And I would have to go back to my coworkers and say, yo, I'm just going to let you know, it's a little more deeper than you think with Susan. Or, Natalie might be cutting up, but it's a lot more to it. You need to dig into it.
See?
And I because I promised these young ladies, yo, I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody about what it is.
Right.
I didn't divulge on exactly what it was, unless the only time that I crossed that line was, and you would understand this because working in your job, you would probably do the same thing. If they were to harm themselves or others,
most definitely,
I gotta tell somebody. I gotta let somebody know what's going on. But other than that, hey, and they would. My coworkers would be heated, bro, because they would lock themselves in their rooms and they wouldn't come out. And they said, I'm not talking to nobody until we talk to Mr. Marshall. When you come back on campus, I'm coming out the room. Well, they've been in the room for 2 days.
Right.
And they would call me and say, I know this is your day off. I know, I'm so sorry. Will you please? And I would have to go to campus and get 9 times out of 10, I would get them to come out. But other than that, bruh.
Right. But see, that's not surprising. You know why? Because you actually took the time.
Yeah.
You actually took the time not to just lecture to them, but you actually took the time to listen.
To hear them, yeah.
To hear them.
Yep.
A lot of times, let me tell you something. A lot of times, a lot of young kids feel like they are not being heard. They are constantly being told what to do, what not to do.
Absolutely.
Criticize, chastise, bullied, manipulated, but they are not being heard. No one is taking the time to actually listen to them.
That part.
And hear what they have to say, how they feel, what's going on in their day-to-day, what's going on in their mental, what issues they may be having. Shit, how was they there? What went on?
Yeah, they don't get none of that.
I say all the time, kids, boys and girls are little people. They're little people. You have to deal with them accordingly as such.
Right.
Those times of and days of do as I say, not what I do, those times is long gone. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and some people may disagree with me. When our aunts and uncles did that and our parents did that, that wasn't actually the correct way to handle situations.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been shown. Because what you do, all you do is teach your kids that they need to be silent. You teach them that they don't have a voice. Their voice doesn't matter. They are not gonna be heard because I said so. That's not that, you're supposed to build your child up. You are not supposed to knock your child down and allow the world to build them up, because you don't know who in the world that they are going to attach themselves to that's going to build them up, and may build them up a totally different, wrong way than you may have wanted them to be built up. This world consists of a lot of different types of people with different personalities. And if you don't shape and mold your child from the door, from home, and do that the right way, and let your child know that they have a voice and their voice matters, you set your child up for a lot of trials and tribulations coming their way. And then you want to look back and be like, oh, well, you wasn't raised like that. I didn't teach you that. Well, actually, you did. Actually, you showed them that their voice don't matter. Their opinions don't matter.
Right. Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. Once again, it goes back to, like I said, we need more mentors. We need more mentors for these children growing up in this world, because there's a lot going on that we may not know and won't know if you don't take the time,
pay attention,
to properly communicate with these young kids.
That's another thing that messed me up, Doc, because we talking about this, but my personal situation, and I didn't talk about it with me and my daughter and all this kind of stuff. I wasn't able to do none of that with her. And it messed with your psyche, bruh.
I know. Yes, it does.
With your psyche like a bug.
Yes, it does.
I was able to get through to all these young people to this day. Some of them that I still keep in touch with, keep in contact with, and they talk about the stuff that happened back in the day and everything. And I wasn't able to do that with my own. It's crazy. So yeah, and I'm sure there are guys that's out there feeling the same way. Like, this is nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what
it is?
What is it? What?
It really is.
I don't know, but I do know I had issues with that for a long time, to where I got to a point to where, I can't knock myself, even though she believes that it was me. I did everything in my psyche to do what I could, but it is what it is,
But I'm gonna say something to you about that, brother to brother, because I know you for a long time now, and you're not just my co-host, you're a friend. I consider you a brother. Don't give up. I know.
Oh, I'm not.
Hard. Yeah, I know it's hard. I know it's hard, and it's easier said than done. And it may be obstacles, and there may be things thrown in your way constantly. Don't give up.
I can't.
Keep
if
pushing.
I keep preaching it, bro.
You can't give up, because we as fathers are the first example of what a man is when it comes to our daughters. We are the first example. They look towards us first. You know, every man that they date and soon marry, they're gonna compare that man to one shape or form to their father, to their dad. You know, like, we have to be that strong force when it comes to our daughters.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you have a lot of girls who are now women who grew up and had daddy issues.
Who acted out.
Yeah, and had to figure it out by the different men they dated.
Yep.
And then they found themselves depending on that man more than they should have, or leaning on that man more than they should have, not really knowing or finding their true identity because there's so much dependent on that man. And it starts from us. You know, we have to show them in every form. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult, you know, but we have to do that. We have to do that. So when they grow up and they grown, they know what a real man looks like. They know how a real man is supposed to treat you. They know how a real man is supposed to talk to you. They know how a real man is supposed to handle you, for lack of better words. You know, like, and if they don't know that, it's gonna go through a lot of
turmoil and
a lot of stuff in between that. You know, so I say to you, my brother, don't give up. Keep pushing. And keep that communication open.
Yeah.
No matter what you gotta do or how you gotta do it. If they don't want to pick up the phone, send a text. If they don't respond to that text, guess what? Keep sending that text. Keep sending them texts. Keep making those calls. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. It's hard because the response that we want, we don't always get. Excuse me. The response that we want, we don't always get. But we have to keep doing our part. We have to keep pushing. You know, we have to keep knocking at that door. And eventually, one day, she'll get it. She'll get it. And then she'll have that conversation with you and a thank you for it. It may not come now. There's no time on when it's gonna come, because everybody gets to their journey in their own time. Eventually, it will happen. Just keep at it, man. It was in my heart to share that with you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm definitely doing that. I'm open, you know. Never close that up to where because I know it ain't her fault.
Yeah.
I know it ain't. So that's Even the stuff the siblings went through, it's a lot. But I said, I know it ain't her fault and it ain't her doing.
Right.
So yeah.
Right. And to our women listeners, you have to be very cautious on the male, how can I say?
Like,
you have to be very careful on the men that you have around your children, your young boys and your young girls.
Right.
You have to make sure that it's a strong male figure. And when I say strong, I don't mean in the physical. I'm talking about in the mental. I'm talking about how this man moves, the decisions he makes, his goals, his ambition, his drive. Because if the father is not present in that child's life, the child's going to look towards that next male figure that is in their life, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a best friend, You know, whether it's the man that your mother's dating, the mother's husband or fiance. So, you know, be very careful of who you have around your kids, because children is like sponges. They're gonna absorb everything around them. So you want to make sure they're absorbing the right things.
Right.
You know, we talk all the time how men versus boys. You don't want no boy raising your child. You definitely don't want no boy raising your son. Because he's going to teach him all those boy traits and not a man trait. Not the men traits. You know, that's very important to his growth as a young man. Very important. Because age, as we like to think with age come maturity, but that is so wrong. That's false.
Yeah.
I know a lot of grown kids. And that goes men and women. It's the maturity.
Yeah.
You know, so I was blessed to have a lot of good male role models around me. You know, I was blessed to have that. And it shaped and molded me. Not to say I was some angel or I didn't do my dirt, you know, or I didn't, you know, cut up and mess up, because I did. I definitely did. But I had a lot of good male role models around me to bring me back, to reel me back in. When I strayed, I was messing up, cutting up, and doing all types of other things. I was blessed to have those good male role models around me, male mentors that was able to bring me back in. You know what I'm saying? Get me right.
Yeah.
You know, as we say in the hood, G-check. You know, let me know when I was wrong. You know, it wasn't no sugarcoating it. You know, wasn't no feeding me bullshit. You know, just because it sound good. Nah, it was letting me know when I messed up. Letting me know. You know, letting me know when I shouldn't have made that decision. When I could have did better. When I should have did better. When I need to man up. You know, letting me know that displaying emotion is fine. You know, crying, shedding a tear, you know, getting emotional is okay. That doesn't make you less of a man. That makes you human. It's actually a good thing to get those emotions out and not keep them bottled in. Because keeping them bottled in is like a cancer. They start killing you little by little until you explode. You know, so I was able to have that around me. And that's another thing with our young men. We teach our young men, oh, man up. You gotta be tough. Stop crying. Why you acting like a little? Why you acting like a little girl? And you have this boy that grows up that holds all his emotion inside and don't express himself. You know, that think it's a girl thing to be upset or shed a tear when he going through something. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. That's going to help you grow. That's going to help you get through. Let that emotion out. It doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you human. And trust and believe, when you get in relationships, it'll make you a better boyfriend. It'll make you a better husband.
Oh, yeah.
When you're that type of husband that can't show emotion to your wife and your woman, and you got to hold it in. You can't show that emotion. You just can't do that. That's gonna put a strain on your relationship, because women are emotional. Women respond to emotion. So when you can't show no emotion at all, that's gonna be a problem in your relationship. You're gonna carry that on to your son and teach that to your son. You gotta break the cycle somewhere.
I agree.
Gotta break the cycle somewhere.
It's gotta be broken, because, like you said, it's gonna be passed on, and even. Like when you don't even physically know that you're passing it on, you'll catch it, dog.
Oh yeah.
Because kids nowadays, they gonna let you know.
Yeah.
For sure, you used to do it.
Of course.
I don't see what the problem is. What's
yeah,
dog.
Like prime example, the most talked about topic right now that everybody's talking about. Will and Jada and Chris Rock.
Oh, man.
Most talked about topic right now. Oh, Will shouldn't have smacked him. Oh, he shouldn't have did this, shouldn't have did that. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this, can't believe that. Let me tell you, you know why that happened? Because for the last couple of years, that man has been dealing with so much emotional things within his marriage and within his relationship, and he hasn't yet truly dealt with them.
Yeah.
The way he needs to. So one thing is happening after another, happening after another, happening after another.
Back to
And
back.
it's worse when you're in the public eye. It's worse when you're famous because you have to put on this face. Things constantly happen to you and you gotta put on this face. You gotta put on this facade. You gotta keep going. It's always lights, camera, action. So, okay, I'm going through this at home, but I still got to go to this award show. I still got to do this movie. I still got to do, you know what I'm saying, go do this interview. So you still got to put on that face. You still got to put on that song and dance. And you don't have the time to properly deal with your emotions that you're going through in your personal life.
That part.
And then what happens? You explode like a volcano.
You blow up at the wrong time. Like even in a situation that ain't even meant for that. Shoot, right. I've done it.
Right.
I've done it and it's been it was calm as heck and somebody asked me the wrong thing and I just flipped.
You just explode. You just explode.
Like, bro, all I asked you was man, I'm sorry, dog.
Right. And that's how it happens. That's how it happens when we don't properly deal with our emotions. Take the time to heal. Take the time to properly heal. When you don't take that time and you keep moving on to the next, 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 you keep putting on that facade. You keep putting on that face. You don't give yourself time to properly heal. When you don't, you're a ticking time bomb.
We talked about therapy before, man. It's not a bad thing.
It really isn't.
It's not, like, especially as men, you know, we have our ways, feelings on talking to people about our stuff.
Yep.
But once you do it and you sit down and you open and especially if it's a really therapist where they can't talk to nobody else about what you told them.
Nah,
it's the confidentiality thing. Yeah. That's the kicker, bro. Like, you mean I can tell you anything?
Closed caption.
I could just unload all of me on you right now.
Yeah.
And
it stays.
Honestly, I have a friend that I met through the Clubhouse app that we be on. And you talked to a couple times. Elijah does this for a living. And those conversations, Doc, that you got to hold inside and to think, you might be seeing about 12, 14 people a week. Even more than that.
Right.
Especially in a regular day, you might see 4 or 5 people.
Oh, most definitely.
And you got all this stuff stored inside of you to where I thought about it for a good little minute. I wanted to be a counselor. I want to be, you know, I want to help people. I want to, you know, and then I kind of stepped into that role at the children's home where they would come and talk to me about some of any and everything, and them conversations between me and them.
That's a great
they ain't went nowhere.
That's right.
Unless, like I said, it had something to do with them hurting themselves or hurting somebody else or something like that. But that's a lot, Doc.
Yeah.
Like, dang, this is what you're dealing with, and you're a kid. You ain't even 18 yet. You a kid. To even think of the stuff that adults deal with and don't say nothing about. That's a bruh.
And
yeah,
I ask you, why is that? Why is that?
I'm gonna tell you.
We're taught not to. We're taught not to. we're taught to, you don't talk to nobody about what goes on in this household.
That part.
You don't talk to nobody about what we do. You going to talk to who? Oh, nah, we don't do that. We don't do that.
And there's a feeling of being judged too.
Yeah.
Like that's a big to get these young people to open up to me. I just had to let them know, yo, I'm just like you, dog.
That's right.
We go through the same thing every day,
That's
dog.
Right. That's right.
The only difference is I got some age on me, but I'm going through what you going through. I deal with these demons.
That's right. That's right.
I deal with them. And from everybody that's out there, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it was because I was closer to them in age than the rest of them. They would get on the horn and have them call me like, hey, I ain't talking to none of y'all, but if he come in, I'll talk to him.
But see, that's the thing. You was there to supply that demand.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the reason was why they was able to open up to you. They opened up to you, and that's all that matters. Somebody has to be that ear. Somebody has to be that voice of reason. Somebody has to take the time to have the conversation. Then once it starts, then the healing can begin. The healing cannot and will not begin until that conversation starts.
Absolutely. You just got to start it.
Yeah, you have to take that walk, you have to take that leap, and you have to start it.
Right.
It all starts with a conversation.
Absolutely.
It all starts with a conversation. And another thing, to add on to that, once the healing starts, once that conversation starts and the healing starts, part of that process is removing anyone or anything that may be toxic to your growth. I'm going to say that again. Part of that process, once the healing begins, is removing anyone or anything that is toxic to your growth.
That's good.
And that may be one of the hardest areas of your growth and of the process that
it usually is. Yep.
Reason being, because once you open up that door and once you make it up in your mind, body and soul, that you are removing anyone or anything that is toxic to your growth, you will be surprised of the people that's revealed. You will be surprised of the people that you have to remove that is toxic to your growth. It may blow your mind away. Now you at a crossroads where you have to make some hard decisions for your growth. Not everybody can make those decisions. Not everybody wants to make those decisions, but I tell you this, once it's revealed to you, the ball's in your court. Your growth now is dependent on if you have the strength to remove all those toxic people and toxic things from your growth. And trust and believe, it comes in many forms. It comes in many forms. And I'm talking from a personal note with me when I say that. Because I prayed on that. I prayed on that when I was going through my process and I was going through my growth. And when that list was revealed to me, when those people was revealed to me, man, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. We talking about people I knew all my life.
Wow.
We talking about family and loved ones. That was my bloodline. And I had some hard decisions to make. But I tell you this, only 3 people remain. Everybody else I removed. And I'm not saying this like it was an easy thing. It was one of the hard decisions in my life that I had to make. But I was not going to let anyone or anything stop my growth and stop me from being great. That wasn't an option. Because I knew the path that was in front of me, and I knew the greatness that was in front of me.
I think I talked about this on the show before. That
I wasn't going to let anything or anyone stop that. And from that list, they all was gone. I removed every last one. I didn't keep not one. I removed every last one. And only 3 people remained. That 3 people that was my support system, that are now part of my village.
Right.
Everybody else was removed.
You gotta keep them.
And I didn't look back. I done had arguments with them. I done had disagreements. I done had certain people that try to disguise it and still try to tag along within my growth. Once I seen that, guess what I did? I clipped their wings. You will not fly with me under false pretenses or with motives. I'm not gonna have it. This plane don't carry that right there. This plane is flying high. They flying high. So I removed them. And I didn't add them back. They will still be removed. One-way ticket. You can't go on this flight.
I know I personally asked God to remove them. Because there was a few of them I thought I was going to have issues with.
Hey, it happens.
So I was like, God, just...
It happens.
I don't care. Just, if they ain't for me, get them from around me. And one by one, they started dropping all that to where my phone was so dry. I didn't know what to do. Like, dang, where's everybody at? And then I thought about it like, oh yeah, I asked God to remove them. They gone.
You asked him to remove. That's right. And he did.
Yep.
And he did.
So I say this, be careful. You doing it that way? Say what you mean what you say, because
that's right.
It's definitely gonna get done.
Oh yeah. Best believe it's gonna happen.
Bruh.
It's gonna happen. And don't even think about adding them back.
No, not at all.
Because you're gonna stop your own blessings. You're gonna stop your own growth. Understand that. When someone is being removed for your life, they being removed for a reason.
Right.
They are being removed for a reason. Believe that. And we have to understand that, and we have to learn to be comfortable with that. Sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to get to your greatness. Sometimes you have to learn to be uncomfortable. Yeah. That's part of the process. You got to trust the process. Sometimes you have to learn and be comfortable with being uncomfortable so you can get to your greatness.
It ain't always
It's not going to be easy.
Right.
It's not going to be easy, but it will be rewarding. Not going to be easy, but it will be rewarding. Trust and believe. Trust the process.
Yeah. I agree.
Tell them. Not everybody's meant to go with you.
That part.
As much as we want everybody we love and everybody we care about to come with us on our path of greatness, not everybody's meant to go with you. And you got to be comfortable with that. You got to accept that. Right. The more you try to fight it, the more you stop your own growth.
Wisdom.
Yeah. And like I said, the kids is looking back watching you.
Yeah,
the kids is looking back watching you. They seeing how you move.
They gonna remember too.
They gonna remember this. And this is gonna springboard their growth. This is what's gonna mold them.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of times people look around, sit around and be like, why is this happening to me? Why is this? Why is this happening? Why this won't happen for me? Sometimes you gotta take a step back and look at yourself and look at the people you have around you.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. I agree.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to say I know everything, and I ain't trying to say I'm perfect, but these are some of the lessons that I learned on my growth. These are some of the lessons I learned on my path. So I'm not gonna hold in this knowledge. I'm gonna share it because I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this, but somebody needs to hear this. And if I can help at least one person out there, then I did my job. I did my job, and I'm gonna continue to do that. I learn every day. I wake up and learn every day. I wake up and try to be better than I was yesterday. Every day, I wake up and strive to be better than I was the other day, the past day.
Got to.
You know. Man, I know we dropped a lot of jewels on this. I know we dropped a lot of jewels today. I know we got real deep, but sometimes it's needed. Because I see this way too much every day. Way too much. I see your mind wondering, man. What you thinking? I see your mind wondering. Talk to us. We in the cave.
Man, I'm with it. I'm with everything that's being said because it's wisdom, it's knowledge. These are conversations that need to happen. That people are sometimes scared to have happen.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because they got a feeling the other person gonna feel away or this and that. Like I always say, you got to have these conversations for real, because you never know. It might be even a level playing ground, as they say.
That's right.
Everything might be the same on both sides, but neither one of you know it because y'all hadn't had that conversation yet. Y'all haven't talked about it. So, yeah, I agree.
And see, that's part of the problem. We worry too much about what other people think or what other people may think or what they may think of you or view you. You can't. That part. I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't because you can do whatever you want, but you should not allow what someone think or how someone may view you stop you from growing.
Yeah.
People gonna think what they want anyway. It don't matter what you do. Somebody always gonna have an opinion about you. Someone is always gonna have something to say about you. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Just because you don't understand my path and you don't understand my growth doesn't mean that I should stop or I shouldn't do it. It's not for you to understand. What's for me is for me. And what's for you is for you.
Right.
It's not for me to understand, but support me. You don't have to understand why I made these decisions. You don't have to understand why I did what I did, but support me.
Just know it's done.
Support me. That's it right there.
Absolutely.
And if you don't support me, That's fine too. But I'm not going to allow your lack of support to stop me from growing in life.
Yeah.
But like we said in the previous show we had, if it's not reciprocated, then it must be eliminated. Because the same energy that you're giving me and the lack of support that you're giving me, remember that. And keep that same energy when you expect me
do for you. Yeah.
to do for you.
That's wisdom, bro.
You know, and it's not, some people take that as, oh, well, I'm not that type of person. I can't be like that, you know. Okay, and that's fine. If you're not that type of person, that's fine too, because we all different. We all individuals. But understand what that comes with. Understand that you're giving that person you're giving that person 100% and they're giving you 10%. So understand what that comes with. Me personally, I'm not giving someone 100% and I'm only getting 10% back. That's not to say that I do something to expect something back. No, that's not what I'm saying. And that's where it gets confused and it gets twisted way too much. People say, oh, well, you shouldn't do something and expect something back. No, it's not that I'm expecting something back, but I'm not going to be treated messed up either. I'm not going to allow someone to treat me messed up. If I give you 100%, at least give me 70 back. At least that way, at least giving me 70 back. At least I know you actually care and there's some form of respect. If 70 is all you can give and I'm able to give 100, I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that because that's all you can give at this present time. You may be able to give 100% later. You may not be in a position to give 100%. All you can give is 70. That's fine. That's cool. At least I know you care. At least I know you respect. But if I'm giving you 100 and you're giving me 10%, you really don't care about me.
Yeah.
You really don't care. You just showing me how self-centered and selfish you are. So I will not have that a part of my circle. I'm not going to allow myself to be treated like a doormat. And I'm not treating you like that. That's just, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
That make a lot of sense.
You gotta have some type of principles and morals. You have to stand on something. Because if you don't, what's the end? You'll fall for anything.
Yeah.
You have to have some type of principles and morals to stand on something. Stop being comfortable and allowing people to treat you any type of way. I'm just saying, you want to others as you want done to you. There's nothing wrong with that. Stop feeling bad about that. Stop feeling like, oh, well, you know, I can't do that. That's not how I was raised. Or I'm not that type of person. Okay, so you was raised to allow people to walk all over you? You was raised to do good for people and expect them to do nothing and treat you some type of way? That don't make sense to me. Make it make sense. That don't make sense to me.
I just know I don't do stuff to get a response.
And that's fine.
There used to be a time, I'll be honest with you, where I would expect a certain response back.
Right.
But then, being human, us being us, you know, we don't always react the way that people think we should react.
That's a fact.
Even personally myself, I've done it a few times. So, like, I let it go. Because I already know, dog. I already know. It's a few times I did stuff that, whoa, like, wow, whoa, what was that about?
Right.
But, yeah.
Right.
Like, now, I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna put my best foot forward. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do.
There you go.
I think that's another thing.
There you go.
People expecting you to do what they want you to do.
Right.
Like, I think that's another part of it. Because then when you don't respond the way that they want you to, or they think you should, it's condemn this person now. Like, oh man, you setting yourself up for failure.
Right. Don't have no expectations.
Don't
have no expectations. Definitely don't. And I don't mean that. Definitely don't have no expectations. Don't do something and have expectations on what someone should do or how they should respond. No. You do it out the kindness of your heart. You do it because you want to do it. But don't allow someone to treat you like shit and you giving them your all. I don't care who you are. And this is me. I don't care who you are. You are not gonna treat me like shit. And I'm treating you good. And I'm giving you 100. And I'm respecting you. I don't care who you are. All caps. I don't care who you are. If you think you're gonna treat me like nothing and treat me like shit, when I know that I'm doing good by you, guess what's gonna happen? You will be eliminated from my circle. You will be eliminated. It's just that simple with me. I could be cordial, I could be grown, because I'm a grown man in all forms. All forms, I'm a king. I'm a grown man. I could be cordial, but I will not give you 100% anymore. If you don't value it and you think you're going to treat me like a doormat. Ends there. It doesn't matter who you are. That's just me.
It's out there. What it's done is done.
Yeah, it has to be some form of accountability.
Yeah.
I'm a man of principle and morals, and I stand on them firm. I stand on them firm. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna. Nah, you're not gonna come around here with that. It doesn't matter. You'll be eliminated from my circle. Just that simple. It's just that simple. It has to be like, how much do you think about it? Ask yourself this question: how much do you love yourself? How much do you love you? Because if you allow someone to continue to treat you like crap, and you're not treating them that way, there's some issues within you. You don't love yourself enough. I love myself. And I know my worth. I know the type of man I am. I know the type of king I am. So I'm not gonna sit back and just accept somebody treating me like crap and I'm not treating them like crap. Nah, you got to get out of here with that.
I hear you. So listening and watching right now, the churchgoers like, you know what? I hear what you're saying. Bible say turn the other cheek.
Right. Right. And
I heard it. Yep. I heard it loud and clear in my ear. Like, oh,
you hear it. You hear it. And I'm
saying don't do it.
Right. The Bible say turn the other cheek, but it doesn't say continue. It say turn the other cheek, but it doesn't say continue to be slapped.
That part, yeah. Like I ain't gonna turn the other cheek and keep going back to the same.
I'm not gonna continue to be slapped.
I know I'm gonna get slapped. Let me go back in here again.
Right. Let me just step back in there and take the slap. No. That's not gonna happen over
That's
here.
Not wisdom, man. That ain't wisdom.
One chance. Once you show me who you truly are, I'm believing you.
I heard it.
I'm not giving you no excuses.
That's something that I would say. Like, wait, man, but the Bible say,
right?
Yo, yeah.
My answer to that is yes. It says turn the other cheek.
And I'm sure your pastor will tell you the same thing I'm telling you right now.
And he will tell me that. It doesn't say continue to be slapped. So I can turn the other way But guess what's gonna happen when I turn the other way? I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna turn the other way and then turn back around for you to keep slapping. I'm gonna turn the other way and I'm gonna walk away. And you will no longer be a part of my circle.
That part.
Because I value myself. And I know what I bring to the table, and I know the man that I am. And before it get to the point where I feel I have to slap you back,
yeah,
I'm gonna walk away and remove you from my circle.
Yes, sir.
We gotta love ourselves. Because if you don't love yourself properly, nobody else gonna love you.
Nobody else gonna do it. Yep.
You ain't even gonna know how to love somebody properly if you don't truly love yourself the right way.
That part.
You can't give it if you don't value yourself. I'm just saying. That's me. That's me. Everybody, and like I said, I don't know who needs to hear this, and I hope the people that needs to hear this is actually receiving this and hearing it properly, and it's helping someone, because that's what I do this for. I really hope it is. Love yourself. Don't put others before you. And please send your thoughts and your comments. Look, the email's at the bottom. The email's at the bottom of the screen. Please send your thoughts and your comments to TDR Man Cave Podcast at gmail.com. Once again, send your thoughts and your comments to TDR Man Cave Podcast at gmail.com. And we'll address all thoughts, all concerns. If you got a topic or anything that you want us to talk on, you want some advice, if you just want to vent, send it to TDR Man Cave, TDR Man Cave Podcast at gmail.com. Let's kick it. So we're even welcoming guests onto the Man Cave.
Yeah, DMX did say that. He had a comment come in. Said DMX said it best. Trust a person to be who they are. If someone is a snake, trust them to be a snake. That's factual right there, bro.
Exactly.
Factual,
and I've seen that interview. Exactly. No, I agree. I totally agree. I've seen that interview. He said, expect a snake to be a snake. If someone is a liar, expect them to be a liar.
Yep.
If someone is a thief, expect them to be a thief.
Bruh.
So at least, and don't expect nothing else.
It's like
at least that way, you're dealing with a person for who they are, so you know how to deal with them. If you choose to continue to deal with them.
That's like being in the company of a thief.
Absolutely.
You laying all your valuables out.
Mm-hmm.
You leave the room and then you come back, they gone.
Exactly.
Like, oh my God, they just stole from me?
Exactly.
Duh.
Exactly. You can't be dealing with a thief, bruh, and then expect them not to steal from you.
Come on, dog. A liar lies.
You can't be dealing with a snake and not expect them to stab you in the back. Because at that point, it's not their fault. It's your fault.
You're just ignorant.
It's your fault. You choosing to turn the blind eye. I'm just saying. This is what it is. This is real life stuff right here. This is real life stuff.
You ain't gonna find it nowhere else but the cave.
But the Man Cave. The Man Cave.
Only in the cave, bro.
We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're gonna give it to you real. We're gonna give it to you real because we here to help. Yeah, we're here to drop jewels and knowledge and help. We all about greatness in the cave, and we want everybody to be great.
That part.
It's a great show, man. This was a great show. Great show right here, man.
For sure. Yeah.
So before we bring the show to a closing, because it got real heavy in here, and And that's what it's supposed to do.
Gotta
That's what
breathe
it's
like
supposed to do. Got real heavy. Yeah, woosah for a minute. Woosah, just bring it down. Just bring it down. Bring it down.
Bruh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, Jacob, before we bring the show to an end, DJ Favor, is there anything, any last words or last comments that you would like
Man,
to
it's
say
been
to our listeners?
it's been so much wisdom thrown, dog. I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't have to go back and listen to this one again myself, because that you were throwing some jewels, boy. If you ain't catch them all, y'all need to go back and listen to the replay, or watch the replay, because man, it's been some jewels. So
appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna share this. I'm definitely as I do all the shows, I'm definitely gonna share this. I'm gonna share this with the links so people can go back on and listen to it and soak in the knowledge and the jewels and learn from it, man. All right, so what I'm gonna say.
Shout out Palm Sunday. You know, next week Easter, so we'll be working on Easter. The praise break will drop on Easter, I believe.
Most definitely.
Usually wait for a while. I had some stuff going on, so for those that were looking for it, I apologize. My bad. But it should drop next week, so make sure y'all look out for that. Other than that, yeah, man, this is a good show, Doc. This was a good one, as all the shows be, but yeah.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Well, I just want to say, love yourself. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Don't allow no one to take you for granted or treat you like a doormat and walk all over you.
Right.
And you giving them your all. Remove all negative energy from your circle, and you'll be surprised with blessings and greatness that is coming your way. You know, you will really be surprised. So I just want to say, listen, let's get back to being mentors. Let's get back to mentoring the youth. The young men out there need us. The young women, the young girls out there need us too, to be those examples of what real men are. But if you find yourself around young men that need guidance, don't hold on to that knowledge. Don't hold on to that wisdom. Share it with them, because it's so needed to shape the minds and the growth of our young men in this world. You know, greatness is not achieved overnight, but within everyone's greatness, they had a strong village behind them. They had a strong support system. So let's get back to that, because we need to continue to make our people great, uplift them, and not bring them down. We need to stop talking down on our people and bringing them down and hating. We need to get back to uplifting them, providing them with knowledge and wisdom to be great. And don't forget the greatness within yourself, because we all have greatness within us.
That part.
Don't let nobody else dim your light. Don't let nobody dim your light, because your light is meant to shine bright. And it's up to you on how bright that light will shine. So I just want to say, thank you for everybody tuning in. Thank you for everybody that continues to tune into the Man Cave, because without you, there will be no us. And this is why we do this. We do this to drop knowledge and wisdom and to help one another. We want everybody to be great here in the cave, as we strive to be great every day. So once again, you can find us. You can find TDR Man Cave on all major platforms where you listen to your podcast. We have a new day and a new time. Our new day is Sundays, 5 p.m. So for all our viewers and all our listeners and our fans, you can find us here every Sunday at 5 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And you can find the recordings on all major platforms where you listen to your podcast at: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, all of them. Just Google it And thank you for tuning in once again. I'm your host, Cal Williams, joined by my big bro, DJ Faber, co-host. Shout out to Tone. Shout out to Juan and the whole Tone Deaf Network. We appreciate y'all. And we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Continue greatness. Later.
Peace.